I once worked with an abuse survivor who had a strong affinity for watching horror movies to the point where they were excessive. While I acknowledge that this topic can be controversial, I'm still sharing my observations based on this individual's experience and I with theirs. Typically, horror fans can be categorized into three broad types. Adrenaline junkies. These individuals have a mood boost from the intense experience of watching the horror. Then there's the white knucklers. This term describes those who confront anxiety provoking situations head on. And then there's the dark coopers, and they watch horror movies as a way to cope with various emotions, including anxiety. The person I assisted found that watching horror movies, such as zombie films, provided her with a unique sense of control within the safe confines of her living room. It allowed her to manage her fear and anxiety, ultimately boosting her self-confidence. With other types of horror films, she noticed that the more she watched them, the less scared or anxious she became. Even though she initially experienced great fear in the occasional PTSD triggers from the abuse scenes, each viewing made her feel stronger and less frightened. It was clear that she felt a sense of control because she had already faced and conquered the fear multiple times now. Regrettably, this approach led her down a path of self-reliance, where she believed she could resolve her issues by tightly controlling her emotions. However, she eventually came to realize that this habit was just desensitizing her to increasingly more violent scenes and exposing her to various occult themes along the way. Ultimately, the world of horror movies did not lead her to God. Instead, it left her with a distorted sense of self. She found herself caught in a cycle, needing to watch or rewatch horror movies to manage her anxiety or seek a mood boost. I urge everyone facing anxiety or mental health challenges to turn to God for guidance and support. He's always there, waiting to assist you. Remember, because He lives, it does change everything.